Something like that. I'm on. We're here. We're live. I'm Dale Stanley, and we are watching Kyle Bova play Bobby Garza. Kyle's in the blue.
Sunshine State Tour at Brewlands.
We are at the Sunshine State Tour, Brewlands, Tampa, Florida. Second day of the event. We had a field of 60 high quality players. We are down to 6. Actually, I think this is for 7th, 8th, maybe. But then we'll be down to 6. Kyle pushes out. Definitely taking this. This is where you hit this ball without side English. Hit like a half ball hit on the 1. You go to the side rail, the bottom rail, and marry him on the 2. The 1 goes between the 8 and the 6 towards the side pocket. You get him behind 3 balls. That is not ideal. I don't think that was the right shot. Here, I think you go, shoot the 1 ball, go up and down towards the 6 ball. Always playing safe. Early in the match, not quite in stroke yet. This is good too. Kyle's such a talent that it can be, I just assume he's going to go for it. He never misses. Bobby's in a tough spot. Looks like he's got the jump cue out. I think here you're definitely trying to hit a half ball. Send the 1 2 rails towards the 8 and the 2 ball. And the cue ball will go, in an ideal world, it would go behind the 7. This is good. Well, this could be horrible. But he did the right thing. Sometimes nice guys finish last. I think he has the whole ball here too. He's definitely, this is tough. The 9 ball's on the rail, but he shoots straight. Oh boy. Put the commentator's curse on him. I think here you slow roll the 1 in. Go right at the 2. Nice and easy. Maybe like a 4 speed on a scale of 10. Definitely make sure you make the 1 ball. That's the most important thing. The only thing you can't do is hit the 1 or hit the 2 on the right side, sending it towards the 5 ball. That's not good. You can also play safe and get under the 8 here, but I don't know about that. This is good. Took a little more aggressive approach, a little less controlled, and this is what happens sometimes. The other way, you can kind of control more or less where the 2 ball's going. This way, it's tough. This way, I think I might play safe here. Yeah. I'm not convinced he got there. Thread the needle. Go 1 rail, come between the 3 and the 4, and slides out. Get a good angle on the 3 so you can either pinch draw or come off the rail to get the 4 on the side, and then it's all she wrote. That's an interesting way to do it. It would have worked. It's not what I first thought of. He overhit it, but the bank is on, but there's not a whole lot of reward except for a 3-foot combination. But I don't like the safe. I think aggressive here is the only way to be. Let's see what Kyle decides. You can also thin the right side of the 3 ball with inside English. Bank it towards the 8 and go 2 rails behind the 4 or 5. This is good too. He threaded the needle. The 8 might as well have been a watermelon there. If he hits any higher on the end rail, he just sells out. Hit it great though. 2 rails under the 4. Bobby's using his old system here, lining it up. Hit this with a smidge of running English. Because the 4 is in the way. If you were just going to hit it with like a center high ball. Smidge of running English. You can't fire at this ball either. You got to give the ball time to react. He could jump it. Jumping it's pretty aggressive, but I think if he had another inch, if he was like an inch further away from the 6, I think jumping it is like the easy shot. Can't hit this hard. There you go. 2 rails. Oh, unlucky. If he'd have clipped that ball coming out, that would have been a great shot. I mean, you know, from where he was, it was a great shot. He'd still be in trouble. But now this is, I'd be very surprised if he didn't get out from here. But it is the first game. I will say the TV table is strange. It's strange here. Generally, for anybody out there who's ever played on a stream table, it's hot and it's faster. This is the only stream table I've ever played on in my whole life that was slower. It's unbelievable. Same balls, same equipment, cloth, same age. Chooses to bank the ball to get the right angle on the 5. This is good. He might be a little flat, but the pockets are so big he can just slide out to the center of the table. Yeah. And see here, what you want to do is I would draw above the side pocket and try to get on the rail. I wouldn't want to be in the center of the table here. This is the angle. Even further is better. This is the angle you want. You want to be going 2 rails here towards the 8 ball, towards the line of the shot. You don't want to be like this. You don't want to be hitting this ball from the other side and trying to hit it 3 rails with inside English. That would be no good. And he's out. The bank paid off. You're looking at 2 guys who can put some packages together here. So it definitely has the potential to be a barn burner. It could go all the way. I'm interested to see how Kyle breaks. I've seen that the cut break has been working pretty well, but it's hard to do on this particular table. It's hard to get the 1 in the side. So I think he's just going to go for the pop break, try to get the cue ball in the center. Yep. And that's the problem. With the 9 on the spot, that's just, the wing ball it's hard to make. It's so much harder. It makes the game so much more dynamic.
What's really going on?
Oh my goodness. Company.
It's your wild boy. I'm a wild boy. All right, Bobby Garza versus Kyle Bova.
Yep, Kyle won the first game. Got ball in hand, ran out. Had a little bit of a safety battle. Both were a little less aggressive than I expected them to be, but early in the match, first game. What do you think about this push?
I like it.
You like this push? I don't. He was in a tough spot.
Well, the safety's going to be.
Yeah, the safety's like automatic.
Pretty easy for him.
I don't like this angle though. I like hitting it with less spin and trying to get under the 9.
Yeah, that was an unsafe.
Yeah, this is not good. This is a tough shot for anybody, but all you have to do is make it. The reward's right there. Just stay still.
He's moved it, jumped up. I noticed that earlier. I didn't want to say anything to him, but I noticed he was moving a lot on his shots. That's going to end up really.
Staying still is tough.
Oh, pizza right here. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it.
Uh-oh. Alvin's got a pizza.
Man, I got to eat a little bit, too. Here at Brewlands.
Yep. Tampa, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Nice pool hall. Has
great pool room. How'd he hit that?
22 tables,
Yeah.
I believe. 7 9-footers. The rest
Yeah.
are 8-footers. It's massive.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a very big
pool room,
place.
nice and clean and modern.
Clean. That's right.
No smoking.
That's
As
right.
Nathan Rose walked by. He said something to Bobby, and Bobby's got a little smirk on his face.
Nathan's here, huh?
Yeah, Nathan's funny. He's here to play. He would not be here for any other reason.
Nathan's out.
He's playing over in the corner.
Oh, he must be in the game.
Yeah, he's getting in the game.
There you go.
He's not going to come here to hang out.
Good for him.
Well,
That was
sure,
a
he's a
pretty good
target,
shot.
man. He's a target. People want to gamble with him or play action matches. All right, here we go.
Yeah, this.
To the sky.
I'm afraid this is gonna be, and this is.
As long as he lands the ball right after the 3, he should be okay. If he
Yeah.
lands it any farther, like up by the 7, that was okay there.
This is no good. He's hooked.
Oh, man.
He's hooked.
Yeah, he can't make it by that.
So Alvin,
5.
when I
Yes,
kick
sir.
at this 2 ball, I try to hit like a half ball hit coming out.
Absolutely.
Send the 2 towards the 3.
Yep, and
come
send the
down.
cue up table. Land it right behind the 5 as close as you can, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think a lot of players, they just try to hit the bottom of the 2 and
No,
get
no,
distance,
no.
hit it hard. That's no good.
No, you got to really. Oh, he's gonna.
He's spinning around it.
Okay, that's a makeable ball.
Yeah, well, exactly.
really
If he
good
hits
player.
it good, the reward's
No.
there.
I liked your play better.
Yeah, I think that
He said, "Give me that ball."
I don't know. I think you win about the same amount of the time whether you make the 2-8 or masse,
Yeah.
or if you kick at the ball. I think the kicking at the ball is more doable. This is good. I would be trying to shoot the 3 in the side past the 7. He's got a good angle to get good and straight on this ball. I would not get under the 9.
Why did he hit
I
that
might
so
get under
hard?
the 9, but I wouldn't do that. Hopefully.
He really hit that hard.
Yeah.
I really didn't
I don't
see him
understand
shooting
that.
that ball there. like
I'm not
that.
sure what the goal was. I'm really not sure what he was trying to do. I was saying while you were gone that I think I alluded to this a little bit yesterday. This is the only TV table I've ever played on that was slower
That's
than
really
the
weird.
rest of the equipment.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I've played on a lot of stream tables. It's just it's unbelievable.
You know what? Different areas of the table play different speeds, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, this high end is faster. Or the rack end, I guess that would be the low end.
Mm-hmm.
Low end is faster than the top end. But in all your years of expertise, you don't have the lights. The lights are all over the table. It's not like one side is hotter than the other.
No, they're spaced out
They're
equally.
Exactly.
I got one horizontally at the foot of the table and at the top of the table, and then 2 vertically down the center.
Yeah,
It should
you
be
think
pretty
it'd
equal
be
lighting.
heated evenly, and
Yeah,
they're
it's
not.
just the condition of the cloth, I think.
Could be,
Um,
but you would think the bottom end would be worn more.
yeah.
But it's just fast.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that ball good. And
Could
he's
be
out
the
again.
kind of cloth too. I didn't notice if it was Simonis or not.
I think it is. I don't think it's championship or anything. I think it's Simonis.
Yeah, it looks like Simonis. The color of it.
It plays well. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking it.
No.
It's just like an anomaly. I don't know what's going on. There's the man himself.
You're looking at Brewlands in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Tampa, great pool room. Appreciate them having us here inside Pool TV.
They added $1,000 to this event.
Yeah, they're great. They took care of Inside Pool well. And glad to be here. Glad to give Brewlands at brewlandsbilliards.com. They also have a Facebook page. Please go over there and like them and thank them for the stream. and tell him Wow Boy sent you.
See, now he's trying this cut break to make the one in the side, and it's just not getting there. Honestly, I don't think he's hitting it hard enough. I don't think he's getting the one to react off of the second ball the right way. I'm no break expert, but I don't think he is.
The only breaks that are working on this table are the center table breaks. The side rail breaks are not working except in very unusual. Like 1 out of 5 or 6 side rail breaks will make a ball, whereas 1 out of 3 is going to make the ball in the center, near the center break box area.
So
more towards the center of the table is the best place to play it, I've seen.
Really?
With the medium speed. Yeah, right
medium
almost
speed.
In the center, like just to the, just to the, if we're looking at the table here,
the break
just
box,
to the left of the center break area.
Okay. And are they they're hitting the ball square, or are they cutting it? From that, I would assume they're hitting it pretty square.
Yeah, it looked like they were hitting it real square, but just at the speed was everything, man. Just that medium speed, not too hard, and things would just kind of bounce around to get a ball, and have some kind of shape on the one, or they'd make the one.
He hit this ball good. It was important to get near the center line of the table. He definitely didn't want to be under the 3 ball with the cue ball going towards the 5. That was the most important shot of the whole rack. Maintain, just get to the center of the table, maybe 3 or 4 inches further. Maintain a good angle to get a good angle on the 6. You want to get, this is too far. This is okay. He can stop the ball, shoot the 7, go 1, 2 rails. I don't know about this. This is a fine idea if he didn't draw it enough. He might have to go under the 8 here. He can do it though. He hit it good. So do you draw this ball or go 2 rails with inside?
Forward.
You like forward here?
I only go forward when I can.
I think I like the draw there.
Yeah, the draw, but on really worn cloth, man, the draw is a 75-80% that you're just going to get your draw.
I think
I see it die out a lot more than not.
I don't know.
But it just
I'm
depends
probably
on
wrong, Alvin.
No, I guarantee you're right. It's just I guess it's circumstantial every time.
Yeah,
it's different.
To be fair, I think that if I don't know if it was the 7 or the 8 ball. I think if that ball had been maybe just an inch or an inch and a half closer to the rail, I'm always hitting with inside English and going forward. But it was so far off the rail that the ball had to do so much more work to react and get to that second rail.
In that shape, yes, it was good to use draw, but as I just think overall, if I can go forward as opposed to draw, I'm going to go forward.
It's easier to control.
On brand new cloth, that's a different situation. Then you draw whenever you want because it's going to take the draw.
Yeah, because you can control it. You can hit the ball softer.
That's exactly it. The dirtier cloth, you got to really hit the ball harder because there's so much debris in the way.
Yeah, you're not no matter how nice the equipment is, no one can help lint. Ask Johnny Archer, he'll tell you.
Yeah, one of the greatest players that ever lived. He knows the value of having a clean table.
Yeah,
and,
the lint hatred is.
He said there is something there. I asked him one time.
There's
I said,
something
Johnny,
there every time he's moving it.
I asked him. I said, Johnny, I want to ask you something, man. When you're picking lint off the table, there is actually lint there, right? Oh, yeah, there's something there. Though there is something there, yes. There you go.
Well, Kyle came out smelling like a rose here. He's got Bobby in a world of trouble. He may be able to jump to the rail. It's tough. It's hard to reach the jump. It looks like it's 2 diamonds up, but that can be hard to reach.
Bobby's not the tallest guy in the room.
No.
He's a little taller than me, but, he's...
I'm definitely trying to come under the 1 here, like this. This is the right way. It's unfortunate that he's scratched, but that's the right way to do it. If you come into the 1 full, this is earlier. when we talked about, I think it was the 2-ball, we talked about hitting the 2-ball half ball hit and coming across it. This is different. You want to come under and kick it up table like he did. He got pretty unfortunate.
All right.
Just like that.
We're at 4-1. Now, I had talked, Kyle did the last match with me, so I look for him to break from, oh, Bobby's breaking this rack. Okay. We'll see where Bobby breaks from. But I told Kyle about the break, and we'll see if it's, is he getting balls off of his break next rack. See if Bobby can keep
I think I noticed him being in. But he wasn't as in as you mentioned to me.
Right, but he was in the break box when he broke?
Yeah, he was like on the outskirts of it.
Okay, yeah, good. We'll see if Bobby...
Yeah, he's a smart kid. He'll listen.
Yeah, he did.
Getting better all the time.
Hopefully Bobby will break from the center, too. I'd like to see a... Bobby knows what he's doing, though. This guy's a super veteran here.
Yeah,
and he's one that could win this
all
tournament.
Of them, yeah.
He's jumping way too much, though. Yeah, he's hitting that a little funny.
Well, I'll tell you, Alvin. Kyle, in my opinion, is the best player in the tournament. I got fortunate and beat him last night, but I think he's overall the better player. And
he's got to give a game up.
Yeah, he's one of the few that do. And
he's got the background.
Sure,
you know, he told me his granddad ran 335 balls and gave him his Palmer.
Yeah,
and his grandma gave him her Palmer.
I've matched up with Kyle. I've played against that
He's
Palmer.
Got to be a good player. He did really good commentary. He knows what he's talking about. I mean, he actually called some shots that I didn't even see that were like, I'm like, man, this kid's pretty advanced thinking pool player here.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's arguable.
He's humble, too.
If you ask Nathan, he'd tell you he's the best player.
Well, Nathan's a very humble guy, and he is probably the best player, along with Kyle, or I would imagine.
Yeah, I think Kyle's a clear favorite. If I would be betting.
Really, you think Kyle over Nathan, skill-wise? Wow.
I do.
Okay.
And that's not to take anything
away
from Nathan.
I don't. I only am familiar with Nathan's game. I've never even seen Kyle shoot before, so.
Yeah, I just.
I'll take your word for it, though. You know your stuff.
I've seen Kyle. I've seen Kyle play for a lot of high stakes. I've seen him win a lot of tournaments. I've seen him play good under a lot of pressure. He just gets there. His high gear is for sure the highest in the room, for sure. He's beatable, obviously. Oh, he missed that ball. Look at me go. But his high gear is super high. He just doesn't miss. Bobby hit that ball relatively good. Got a little unfortunate. Didn't hit it as clean as he could have. Overcut the ball a little bit. Ran into the 6. Got behind the 8. And this is what happens when things aren't going your way. You miss a few balls early. You start getting a little down on yourself. And that energy, pool gods know. Pool gods know when you don't feel like you're supposed to win. They know everything. Pool gods are tough to fade. Here, it's hard to see how much room he has to get by the 8. This is another one where you really want to be getting to the bottom of the 5, kicking it towards the side pocket, ideally to the high side of it and sliding towards the 7. Maybe you get him under the 7-9. Maybe you get him behind the 8 and the 9 with the 5 on the bottom rail. But if you hit the ball going in, if you hit the 5 ball going in, it's like death. You figure to just lose. This is good. This is really good, though. He hit it going in. He obviously couldn't get to the bottom of it. And this is about as good as he could do from there, I think. Gins the bank. And I would say he's out.
That's a good guess.
Yeah. In my years of experience.
You're a good player, Dale. You know what you're talking about, too.
Oh, thank you. I try hard.
And you're a Stanley.
Yeah, that's got to count for something. Most people hold that against me, believe it or not.
Well, I'm also a Stanley. So
Yeah, you were telling me yesterday.
my grandfather was Stanley.
He must have been the good one in the family.
Oh yeah, you're
Oh,
exactly
yeah.
right. Because my other grandpa was a Kraut,
Oh,
and
man.
he was ornery as can be, just like me. I took after my grandpa Browse, that's for sure. He went in the Korean War when he was 15. He lied about his age. 15 years old. He was a crazy dude. My grandfather was cool. All right, here we go.
There'll never be another generation like that. My dad is a little older than, a little older. He's in his 70s now, and the stories that
lucky
these
you have
men
your
tell are just
grandfather.
incredible.
Oh man,
There's
no
not
doubt.
going
It's
to
a
be
whole nother world back then.
There's not going to be anything like that ever again. People like them just aren't going to exist anymore. Everyone's always got hurt feelings. No one's ever going to be like that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It was.
You're never gonna.
I'm from that age too.
Yeah.
I'm 41, so man, we never cared.
No,
Man,
you're
we never had none of the issues that we do.
Yeah, you're never going to get in a fight in a bar, pick the guy up, buy him a beer, and just be friends afterwards. That doesn't happen anymore. You go to prison.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's just a different way.
But it's coming back. We're changing things back again. So
I hope so.
we'll see if Bobby.
Meanwhile,
we'll see if Bobby can keep his composure and get more relaxed here. He's real. He's either tired or nervous or both. But Kyle's intimidating, man. You come up against a good shooting younger guy that's got high energy. He's in his 20s. That's playing really solid pool. That's tough to fade if you're an older guy like me, and Bobby's even older than I am, so he's got to be in his 50s. Usually, but pool's one of the few sports where you get better with your age, but also the pace that the younger guys can play at, really solid, can outplay you even if you're evenly matched ability-wise.
Yeah, you have to be aware. Wow, I hit
Their
that
energy
fantastic.
level. Their energy level's a lot higher. Their health.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Is just Kyle's a pretty fast player, and you just can't fall into his rhythm. That's a big deal. For a guy like Bobby is a little bit more slow. He's a little bit more methodical, and both ways are fine, and both ways work for both of them. But if you play slow, you need to continue to play slow when you're playing somebody who plays fast. You can't let their fast rhythm affect the way that you attack the table.
That is so critical what you just said there, Dale.
Yeah. It's a big deal. Pool's so hard. There's so many big deals.
He's playing the smart move here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just lock him up.
Play the hard shot on the 3-ball.
I think he's going to lock him up.
Or he can do that as well.
If he plays the hard shot on the 3, he has to hit the 3 with inside English. Come 2 rails.
No
He
shot.
got him. He's in jail here. He didn't get him on the right side of the 8, but good enough. When you're looking at this kick, the 6-ball might as well be a volleyball when you're in Bobby's shoes.
That's it, man.
Yeah. I don't think trying to tie anything up pays any dividends. I think you just go for the kick. Aim to hit the top side of the 3 if you can, cutting it towards the 4. Wow. Good things can happen if you hit the ball, but
noble attempt.
A little unlucky. He hit it good. Hit it good. Sometimes that's all you can do. This ball's a little inside English. Get to the center of the table. See, this is where I would roll this ball with outside English, and just let it spin to the center. I wouldn't come 3 rails here. I would not do this, because then this happens. Then he gets straight.
Yep.
Now, can he get out from here? Yeah, it just pinch draws the ball back, but he has to hit it better. Is he capable? Of course, but
why work
it's not
harder?
ideal. Yeah. He shot the ball to the outside. If he hits like maybe a millimeter or a millimeter and a half further to the right side of that 5 ball, he doesn't make it. That's not a lot of room. All could have been avoided if he had just rolled the ball.
Well, he's controlling it well, but yeah, that's definitely something. I'm sure he'll watch his match here and realize next time to play it a different way.
There's nothing wrong with playing different styles. I excel at rolling that ball in. Kyle excels. He shoots so straight. He excels at making these shots like the 5 ball. He excels at that, and there's nothing wrong with different styles. At the end of the day, you have to do what you're comfortable with.
Wow, that's the hill.
Yep.
30 minutes.
That's what happens when you win all the games.
Race to 7. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Maybe a couple times. Bobby is just not comfortable. He's not comfortable. And
He's
his
not
break,
comfortable.
He can't get that break dialed anywhere he wants it to. I'm sure if he was making a ball on the break, he would be more comfortable because he would be having that confidence when he gets into the rack instead of coming from behind from a bad break where you switch over, give the other player the shot, he makes a ball or two, then you get back up, then your confidence is way lower than if you would have just made a ball. But to be fair, how often you get to practice on these kind of tables with putting the 9 on the spot and the 2 behind it. You're not going to get much time practicing like that unless you
when
know
you live
ahead
3.5 hours away, you get no time practicing.
Exactly, none. But even if you know, you got to be really disciplined to go into a pool room to practice breaking on the spot on an 8-foot table with the 9 on the spot and the 2, just over and over and over.
You have to know you're going to do it. Otherwise, you're never going to do it.
Yeah, but that would be a way to train for one of these events.
He hit that one pretty good. He hit it so good that the 1 ball hit the point and went in the top corner.
Yep,
and I think his reward is being dead hooked on the 2. Pool's a fickle game.
The sound. Did you hear the sound of how that rack broke?
I didn't. It must have been
real
good.
Sweet sound, man.
Yeah, it must have been. It must have sounded great because the rack came apart fantastic.
Once they hit it at that perfect medium, just a little bit over medium speed, everything just resonates.
Now Bobby's doing the right thing here. He's
wavelength.
trying to kick
It's nice.
the 2 towards the 3. This is good. This is better than good.
Better than good.
Better than good here.
Ultra
I
good.
think you're just playing a containing safety and trying to get behind the 4 here. I don't think there's a lot of merit in coming all the way up table.
Well, I'm actually eating a pizza, but Kyle would probably be doing what you said.
Yeah, I think this is better, right? If he hits it thinner and comes up table, maybe he gets him behind the 7, but how many times have you thinned that ball trying to play safe and hung it up, especially with pockets as big as these? It just didn't – I don't think there was enough merit to warrant hitting the ball harder there. Definitely going the long rail here. This is where I try to go 2 rails and hit the point and sell out the match. Bobby jumps it. He just jumps it, tries to bank it right in. Look at this.
Beauty. Now that should be a good confidence booster for him there.
Yeah, if he can get out here.
Stay down on his shots, man. He's
Yeah,
just
just
so
get
jumpy
through the
today.
ball.
And last night he was playing way smoother. I think it's this early round stuff.
Yeah, I came back today in the Final Four of the winner's side.
Can't stand playing in the morning.
Lost the first match.
Can't
It's
stand
tough.
playing in the morning, man.
It's rough. And for a pool player, noon is like, we started at 12:30. That's like 7 o'clock.
And look at
7
Kyle's
a.m.
age too. He's a college age, so his body's used to. Bobby, to be fair, is a roofer, so he gets
up and goes to work just like Kyle does. But he's
just
been getting
the
up and
age.
going to work for about 30 more years.
Yeah, it wears on you, man. I mean,
Sure.
I was a Volkswagen mechanic for a long time, and it's harder and harder every day.
Get that one good. Well, in all of my wisdom, I thought the 8 was a 6 ball. So I was for a second trying to figure out why he would ever draw the ball, but this makes more sense. I like this angle because it's harder to get trapped behind the 9. I don't like that.
Ooh.
It worked out great, but
Yeah.
I would have stayed closer to the center of the table. I would never went towards the 9.
See if Bobby can keep it alive.
Well, from here, Alvin, I like him.
Yeah, I give him the game.
I don't
here.
like getting down before the ball stops rolling, though.
No, it's that mechanics and pace and the checklist.
Yeah. I would never make that ball.
If you do a checklist,
Shoot it right in the rail.
every shot. Oh
Yep.
yeah. I don't.
Yeah,
Obviously, pretty confident with it, but yeah,
that's
those things
another one of those
amplify.
big deals I was talking about. Fundamentals
It
are
is.
a massive, massive part of the game.
It's everything.
And if you don't do the same thing every time, you're never going to be successful. Not on a grander scale. I don't think you can be.
Yeah, I agree.
Shane Van Boning is a perfect example of that. If you, I'm sure you know this. If you slow Shane down and watch him, his head moves every shot.
Very little
It
bit.
moves.
It floats.
It floats up, right? But it does it every single time.
Well,
It's incredible.
His whole body moves around. His head doesn't move. His whole body's
Yeah,
moving around
up.
it, and your head naturally is gonna like move.
Yeah, it follows your
just
shoulders.
a little bit. Yeah, his head floats in the air.
Yeah.
Very unique, and all his shoulders curl around it when he hits.
And you would never ever
Pretty
teach that.
interesting.
But
No,
because
you
he's hit
can't
like
teach
7 million balls, he
Yeah.
does it the same way every time, and
that's
that's
the
what makes it okay.
Perfect way to do it.
Well,
He's the hardest working pool player, that's for sure. I've never seen anybody
at
work
this.
as hard as Shane.
yeah, the only person that comes to mind is Niels, and I don't
Yeah,
think he works
Niels.
as hard as Shane. I think he works
Niels
harder
has
than
kids.
Shane now.
Yeah, he used to work hard. He used to be Shane. He used to be that same
Yeah.
when I
8,
first
10
started
hours
in
a day.
pool. Yeah, we had a law. My best friend Bryce Eshelman has a law firm in Akron, Ohio, and there's a pool table in the basement there. And Niels would come in there and play 9 hours a day on this diamond on Brunswick Gold Crown 3 in the basement of this law firm in a private room. I mean, you can't ask for any better than that. I mean, the table had that break right off the rail. I mean, it was literally both sides were. X.
Yeah,
It
you
was
could
like an
tell
X
he was
down
working on it.
Every single line on the table was, had a purpose on it of worn ball rolling area, mark. So.
There's only one way to get that. Hard
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, Niels worked like Shane did back in those days, and I'll tell you, Niels just took Shane out in a
In
match,
the Masters.
I believe.
In the
what?
finals of the World Pool Masters.
He did, huh?
He sure did,
Man,
yeah.
I was every time. I'm telling you, Niels fan. He's right up there with Shane, man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's definitely in that top echelon.
Man,
you have
Niels is
professionals,
my
and you
favorite.
have world-class professionals.
Yeah,
And no one can argue that both of those guys aren't at the top of that list.
The other guy's Alex Pagulayan,
Yeah, Alex Pagulayan.
Darren Appleton as well.
Darren.
I mean, those guys are just
Dennis,
magic. Yeah, but
the Coe brothers. They're fantastic players. I don't think the Asians are
No, they don't have
all
them.
around better.
no, they
I
don't.
think-
They can't deal with our. See, over there, everybody's kind of like the same. The way that their culture is, and I'm not
It's not a knock.
stereotyping, but I've
Yeah,
been
it's not
over
a
there.
knock, yeah.
And then when they come over here and they run into guys like Earl and Dennis Hatch that have these gigantic, bigger than life personalities and all the individualism that America has, I think it gets a little bit intimidating. I've seen it. I've seen guys over in the Philippines playing Earl that his persona actually.
Beats them for him.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. They let it get in their head, and they don't know how to. They don't see that the American kind of individualism as much. Maybe on TV, but when they're right there.
So I have to correct
that's
myself
just
a little
a-
bit.
just
I
an
said
observation.
Asians. Obviously,
Well, that's okay.
the Filipinos are like
We're not
they're
politically
Asian.
correct on Inside Pool. We don't do politically correct.
Well, what I mean is the
Everybody's
Filipinos are
allowed to
definitely
say whatever
more
they want.
well-rounded than like
Nobody takes offense to anything.
the more the Asians that when I say Asians people think about when in the pool world when you say Asians no one thinks of the Filipinos because you say Filipinos. You think of like the Coe brothers or like
Sure.
Chang or
Right. Well, the Chinese play really top notch. The Taiwanese,
Yeah. Sure.
we should,
Chinese
there's different,
Taipei.
in
at
Asia,
the moment.
that's what it's called. I mean, Asia is the country. There's a bunch of countries.
So anyway, I think
Not a
that,
country, it's a bunch
But
of
I don't
countries.
think obviously their rotation game is like at the highest level it can possibly be at.
It is. They just
No one in the world has to be a guy like Ko Ping Chung or Ko Ping Yi or Kevin Chang. No one has to beat those guys playing rotation.
Yeah, well, those guys are anomalies, and
Yeah.
but there's schools. I mean, pool is taught in school there. The economy's better there for the people, especially like in Europe. That's why my opinion is Europe wins the Mosconi Cup every year, because these guys are living a lot better than the Americans. You know, the American pool players are struggling, man,
Sure
struggling.
they are. Sure
and
they
the
are.
European players, they get guys like, you know, not to knock on Niels, but he deserved very well. Guys, I
earned
don't know
it,
if
but
he is now, but
he
he's
gets a paycheck
sponsored, and
to play
thank God
pool.
for him.
Yeah.
Him and his family, amazing people. But
Yeah, he
that's
works
something
hard.
we don't have here. And I've been involved in the TV production and the real TV, real television production. And I will tell you firsthand, the TV companies do not like pool. They hate pool. They hate pool. That's why that show, The Hustlers, got canceled after 3 episodes in mid-season, and was the second worst rated reality TV show in history, because TV companies instantly think they hate pool. They don't want nothing to do with it, and they're wrong. It's just really a beautiful game if it was filmed correctly.
Yeah.
The story was told
Kyle
properly.
got there. The match
and it
was
wasn't
over.
so over dramatized. Man, what a great match! While we were rambling on,
Kyle
Kyle
just
Bova
steamrolls on.
run him over. Basically, the whole end of the deal is, if you want pool to be great, you have to invest in your favorite game. If every single pool player put $100 into the game this year, that would be like, that's there a million pool players. That would be $100 million into the pool industry. You think you're not going to get new streaming companies? You think you're not going to get sponsorships with that? You will.
Sure.
So
you will.
it comes down to us.
Well, people will
individually.
see that there's a market there. People will see that
they'll see that
they
there's
can make
money
money
there.
doing it.
But we
Yes.
all have to dress better. We can't come in giant T-shirts with barbecue stains on them to play on these streams. You got to dress nice. You got to represent your sport nice. And I'm done rambling on and on about it. I just
You're
want
right.
to see this sport get better.
Sure.
And
yeah,
I'm
I
tired
think
of
we
it
all do.
being like the way it is. I mean, so it's up to the fans. They got to change their attitude, myself included. We got to change the way that I deal with this industry and really dedicate myself to buying the T-shirts and promoting it and promoting the companies. So that's it. Play the Game Clothing, Jacksonville Roofing, Poolholic, Sunshine State Tour. I'm Inside Pool TV here with Dale Stanley. Amazing job. Thank you so much. It's been an
tried
honor
hard,
to work
Alvin.
with you, sir.
Thank you.
And
I
I wish
appreciate
you luck
having
in
me.
the.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm about to go play. I think I'm about to be up.
You might be on the TV table next. Live.
I might be. I think
We'll see.
the other match, the other Fifth Six match is probably a higher quality, but it will have Che in it, who just came off the TV table. So they may not play it
Yeah,
there.
they're not
So
going to put him on again.
it's like a coin flip. You might be seeing me next. I'm sorry.
Don't
You might be seeing me next.
Don't be. I think I'll enjoy it. All right, we'll talk to you soon, everybody. Thanks
All right,
a lot.
Thank you.